There is a very particular sound that only exists in late February, and it isn't the crack of a home run or the roar of a packed stadium. It's the softer, more dangerous sound of possibility. It lives in empty seats warming under the Florida sun, in gloves snapping shut during morning drills, and in conversations that suddenly matter again. Spring training is officially alive, and with it comes that unmistakable feeling that the Toronto Blue Jays are about to step back onto the tightrope where seasons are won, lost, or remembered forever. Welcome in, Blue Jays fans, and welcome back to the Blue Jays Report, where this time of year feels less like a calendar date and more like a heartbeat restarting. Players are in camp, bodies are mostly healthy, routines are sharpening, and the long winter of speculation is finally giving way to something real. Games are here. Actual baseball games. This Saturday, the Blue Jays open their spring schedule at home against the Philadelphia Phillies, and even though the results won't count in the standings, every swing, every pitch, and every reaction will tell us a story. Before banners are admired, before the club leans fully into its milestone celebrations, and before the noise of competition drowns everything else out, one voice made sure to cut through early. John Schneider didn't arrive at camp whispering. He arrived setting the tone, and it was a tone built not on excuses or comfort, but on accountability. He looked back at last season and called it exactly what it was. Great, yes, but also unfinished. An eyelash short. That phrase alone carries weight, because it acknowledges pride without letting anyone get comfortable. Schneider's message wasn't about reinventing the wheel. It was about obsession. Obsession with being a good teammate. Obsession with doing your job so well that it elevates the person standing next to you. Obsession with understanding that the dugout isn't just a place to sit, but a shared responsibility. These aren't empty motivational phrases. These are the kinds of standards that quietly separate teams that flirt with success from teams that live inside it. Last year, that mindset transformed the Blue Jays from a group that missed October into one that refused to leave it quietly. The difference between the 2024 and 2025 Blue Jays wasn't magic. It was detail. It was the next man up mentality that didn't flinch when injuries struck. It was the insistence on putting the ball in play when strikeouts felt easier. It was a refusal to let moments slip past unchallenged. Schneider knows that, and more importantly, the players know it too. That's why the message this spring isn't about doing more. It's about doing the same things again, relentlessly, while the rest of the league circles like sharks. There's a quote that has already taken on a life of its own, repeated by Schneider but originally delivered by George Springer with a kind of clarity that cuts straight through noise. Once you hang a banner, you hang a bullseye. The Blue Jays know exactly where they stand now. They are no longer the surprise. They are the target. Every team in the American League East, and beyond, wants a piece of them. That pressure doesn't disappear. It multiplies. And the only way through it is work. From the outside, everything looks aligned. Confidence hasn't tipped into arrogance. New additions have been welcomed without disrupting the rhythm. Veterans carry themselves like men who understand the cost of failure, and younger players move like they're chasing something that won't wait forever. There's a quiet intensity to this camp, the kind that doesn't need shouting. It just needs repetition. And then, just to remind everyone that baseball still knows how to smile, there was laughter echoing across the backfields. Watching Yoshinobu Yamamoto during batting practice and simulated games brought an unexpected spark, especially when he crossed paths with fellow new arrival Cody Ponce. These moments matter more than we sometimes admit. Chemistry isn't built in press conferences. It's built in shared jokes, competitive grins, and small interactions that turn a roster into a clubhouse. As spring unfolds, one storyline carries a different kind of weight, the sort that makes fans lean in a little closer. Ricky Tiedemann is back. Fully healthy. Fully present. And throwing like a man who has waited long enough. Before the injury, before the surgery, his rise through the minor leagues felt inevitable, like gravity pulling him upward. Then Tommy John surgery intervened, stealing time and forcing patience onto someone who thrives on momentum. Now, he's here again, and the ball is coming out of his hand with intent. There's something almost poetic about watching a left-hander return from that kind of setback. Every pitch feels like a statement. Every bullpen session feels like a quiet declaration that the past is done. According to coverage from BlueJays.com and detailed insight from Keegan Matheson, Tiedemann looks explosive, focused, and unapologetically hungry. He talks about being ready to cook, and it doesn't sound like bravado. It sounds like belief. He watched what this team achieved last year, watched how close they came, and now he wants in. He doesn't want to observe history. He wants to be part of it. If health holds, his path could mirror the meteoric rise we saw from Trey Savage not so long ago. Different arm, different timeline, but the same sense that the door to the big leagues is no longer locked. Spring training will tell us a lot about where Tiedemann fits, but more importantly, it will tell us how ready he is to trust his body again. Confidence after surgery isn't just physical. It's mental. And right now, everything about him suggests a player eager to reclaim what he believes was always his. Beyond the field, there's a broader conversation unfolding that could shape the future of the sport itself. Tony Clark stepping aside from leadership of the Major League Baseball Players Association sent a ripple through the league. The timing couldn't be more delicate, with labor tensions quietly simmering beneath the surface. A potential clash between players and owners looms, and stability suddenly feels like a precious commodity. From a Blue Jays perspective, there's at least some reassurance. Veteran voices have carried weight in recent years, and the presence of calm, thoughtful leadership within the clubhouse matters. Chris Bassett and Max Scherzer have both played significant roles in player advocacy, but it's Danny Jansen who stands out as the current union representative for Toronto. He's respected, composed, and known for looking out for younger players navigating a complex league. That continuity could prove invaluable as the league approaches uncertain waters. All of this is happening as the calendar inches closer to opening day of the 2026 Major League Baseball season. The pieces are in place. The expectations are real. The pressure is undeniable. And yet, there's still joy here. There's still wonder. There's still that childhood thrill of knowing baseball is back. If you're feeling that excitement, now's a good moment to show some love. Like the video, share it with a fellow fan who's already planning their Saturday around first pitch, and make sure you're subscribed to the Blue Jays Report so you don't miss a single chapter of what promises to be a fascinating season. As the Blue Jays prepare to take the field against the Phillies this weekend, every player will be auditioning for something. A role. A spot. A chance. For fans, it's the first glimpse of answers we've been waiting months to see. Who looks ready? Who looks sharp? Who feels inevitable? So let us know in the comments who you're most excited to watch. Is it a returning star, a breakout prospect, or a name we're only just starting to learn? Baseball is back, the story is unfolding, and for the first time in a long while, the next pitch feels close enough to touch. Enjoy it. Savor it. And as always, let's go Blue Jays.